Nerdrotic.com.
JLo flicks for $5. New info reports purported link between BLM founder and witchcraft rumor, but holy cow, weird, wild stuff. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know much about it, but Alan Moore thinks he's a wizard. AJ1218 for $5. I have heard you mention Matt Jarbo a few times. Who is he? Is that mundane Matt the guy that copyright reported everyone that talked negative to him? Yeah, I don't think it was. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was everyone, but it was a lot of people for a good spell. And then it all came to a head when somebody found an old video of his where he said the N-word, and the Wreck-It Ralph retort was going to put it on, and he flagged that one, and then he got caught. And since then, he hasn't shown a lot of remorse, and he's attempts to move on, and he'd be well on his way if he'd stop talking shit about people. That's it. People hate that stuff because everyone shares subscribers. They do. I've said my piece about Matt in a Nerd Rock Nooner that's right here on this channel about his accusations to my friend Doomcock, which were unfounded out of jealousy. And I'm done with it, though. I'm done with him. Culex, 81 for $2 Australian. I think South Park needs to revamp or retire. That last episode was a disappointment. And I know that people are loyal to South Park, and I am too. They have earned it. But that was a disappointment at the end because they did not play it. They did not attack both sides equally like they normally do. Jay Robitelli for 5 Canadian pesos. Jar Jar Abrams is a classic fool. Hail, Gary. I also have Asperger's just like your son. Oh, well, and you're doing just fine. You know, they like to put labels on a lot of things too. So thanks for watching. Hail. Graph Tanker 98 for $4.99. Who do these liberals think will run services in all basic government agencies? Them? Are they going to join the military? LOL. No. Maybe their own little militias. They don't have a plan. Listen, I have a sympathetic ear to a lot of causes on the left. That's why I'm not a Republican, nor am I a Democrat. I am an independent. I go by the issue. But if your platform is, I just don't like that guy, then you lose me. And then it's become unhinged, absolutely unhinged. And being in the state of California that has been run by the Democratic Party for decades and things have not gotten better. And now that I am leaving, it's time for everyone, even the ones who've had sympathetic ears or even the true partisans, to recognize the fix is in and we lost. But we can gain that power by depowering them, defunding them. Jake D for $5. Thank you for those amazingly kind words, Gary. I appreciate you more than a super chat can reflect. See you in Vegas, my man. Yeah, Star Trek Vegas is canceled. I'm still going. We're looking for a place. Mrs. Nerdrotic is on it. I am swamped right now with work. I say work. I love doing it, but I have to cease at some point and be dad at times too. But I get locked in. I get locked in and a little obsessive sometimes. So I got to snap myself out of it. Like I'm working on this Cal exit video. I've been working on it for 3 days, and it was supposed to be a quick one, like 7-8 minutes. And it's probably only going to be like 12, but I've been working on it for 3 days because every time I think of something or I'll say something, I'll go research what I said, and then I'll find something new, and then I got to redo it. And, but that's the fun part. That's the fun part. It kind of molds and turns into something that you either like or you don't. I probably could have spent some time doing a Star Trek Discovery review. I did a live one. I'm just going to do live reviews. It's low effort because that's all it deserves. Commandant VHS for $2. Pee pee poo poo. Pee pee poo poo. I read that one, but I'll read it again. Aquatus for $10. Doomcock, do you think Darth Kathy is digging her nails in to stay where she is, or keeping her head low to keep her severance package, given how quiet things got after your announcements? Well, I don't want to speak for Doomcock, but I'll say what I think, and then I'll say what I think he would say. Kathleen Kennedy has not kept her head low. Everybody's dialed down because of the coof, and they're not, I don't know if they're probably going into the building now. It's opened up, but they're probably doing Zoom meetings as much as they can. I think she's just writing out her contract. I think, and I think Doomcock would just say the same. She is writing out her contract, but she's also trying to do as much damage. And I don't know if there's resistance. I can certainly believe it, though. For anybody who doubts Doomcock's rumors, and you have every right to do that, have you worked in a corporation, a big corporation like that? Do you know how much like the daggers are flying in those places, man? Flying. John Ogletree for $4.99. Hail, fellas. As soon as I heard we're in a war for our culture in the first 10 minutes of episode 7, I checked out. All interest evaporated. That's good because episode 8 sucked. I Spy Guy for $5 Australian, talking about the boys. Have you considered making bespoke beard care products? As a pharmacy student, I used to make my own pomade from a historical recipe. Oh, that is such a good idea. That is such a good idea. Lady Gravemaster, please note that down, that I got to talk to Mrs. Nerdrotic about that. Thomas Nickerson for $4. Thank you for the For You super sticker. The Lone Space Marine for 10 Canadian pesos. The difference between right and left is that every major right-wing person has been purged off Twitter. Oh, and then they made the biggest mistake of all. They banned the New York Post article, which absolutely guaranteed everybody would read it, and that was your October surprise. The election is over, and the only reason, if Biden wins, and I say this as a centrist, as a far centrist, that's what I am, a far centrist. If Biden wins, it's shenanigans. It's straight up shenanigans. Nobody goes to his rallies. Trump's rallies get filled. And listen, I don't care how much people hysterically dislike this guy, and I acknowledge a large portion of people hysterically dislike this guy, but more people like him. They just do, because he's crass. And like, before he became a presidential candidate, how did I feel about Donald Trump? Not much. I kind of liked his game and his, like, the WWF-ness of him. I never watched, was it The Apprentice? Was that a show? I have an action figure of him. I got it at Con last year for $40. I bought Jeremy one too. It's a talking action figure of Trump. I call him Trigger Trump, just to trigger people. Yeah, I honestly don't know how I felt about the guy. I didn't hate him. And when he first started running, I remember saying, "Oh, I want him to run and win just for the sheer chaos." I swear to God, I said that. I had no idea. But I'll be honest with you. The economy that we had prior to the coup was the best one I've ever seen in my lifetime, and I paid the least amount of taxes as far as Fed. You'll hear in my video that, unless I cut it out, like this year, for example, my property tax just alone, my property tax in San Francisco, which I'm still paying mortgage on alone, went up $200 to pay for shit like free City College. That's right. City College in San Francisco is fucking free because the people who own homes are paying for it. I don't know how much longer they're going to be able to do that. And that's a city college that they're not allowed to go to. Now, an educated population's a good thing, but it's San Francisco City College. So we're talking about like basic art school, maybe some women's studies. I don't know if I want to be paying for that. JJ Mortensen for $6.99 Canadian pesos. Love the show. John Boyega, The Next Doctor. I read that one, and I'm down with that completely. Brian Daigle for $5. What do you think? What do you guys think about the talk about a Fallout show? JJ Mortensen for $6.99 Canadian. Love the show. John Boyega as the Next Doctor. Absolutely. Sure. Brian Daigle for $5. What do you guys think about the talk about a Fallout show? You guys are great. Thanks. Listen, if you love something, you don't want it made now. I don't know much about Fallout. I'd ask my kid about that one. Nicholas Horton for £5. Fortitude managed to wrap everything up in the final third season of only 4 episodes. Fortitude. I'm not familiar with the show. Jonathan Laird for $4.99. Until creatives come to the conclusion that most valuable minority is the individual, I anticipate the decline into tribalism will continue. I absolutely agree. Carlos Batista for $5. They are trying to make a Monster Hunter movie. Why in God have you forsaken us so? I saw the trailer. I like Mila Jovovich, but I mean, again, I don't know much about the property. What do you guys think? I guess is a better question. Soul Hunter for $2. Philly isn't in New England and screw Hollywood. Yes. And yes. Andre Fernandez for 50 arses. My liege. Oh, hi, Gary. Which Fortitude is the good one? The Nordic one or the Christopher Eccleston? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Black Tiger 001 for 2 Canadian pesos. SJW smell fun like sharks. Go for chum. Out. That's right. I looked into the Fortitude show, and I would say the original is probably the best. Morgoth of Angband. Hey, £2. Can Star Trek stoop any lower? What a travesty. Well, it did. I watched Star Trek Discovery Episode 1, Season 3. Black Tiger 001 for 2 Canadian pesos. Did her talent come with a special push-up degree? Yes, it did. It most certainly did. Tom Nickerson, $3. You're my hero super sticker. You're my hero. Russell Hall for $2. Raffi, Baby Beluga, and old Raffi song. Raffi from Picard, maybe. Thomas Nickerson for $3. Fist pump super sticker. Fist pump, my man. Carrion Witch in Residence for $10. Trek the Vote. Way to alienate the international fans. You Yanks keep this out. I swear to Odin, I will harass all Americans to vote in the Canadian election. Good. I will vote out Justin Trudeau. Thomas Nickerson for $2. You look great for a 51-year-old. Thank you very much. B. Jordan for $15. Hail Gary and DC. F Governor Nuisance and YouTube's mid-content ads. Yeah, we have to remember to click those things. I don't always do that. I mean to, though. Just remember I mean to. That being said, I'm like right now, I need ad money. I do, but I don't want to annoy you guys either. So I'm trying to remove them, but I don't remember all the time. Lone Space Marine for 5 Canadian pesos. With what they did to the boys, do you think they will eventually find and kill Transmetropolitan? Yes, most certainly will. Black Tiger 001 for 10 Canadian pesos. I love Star Trek right up to the last episode ever made. The really weird Enterprise episode that was on the holodeck. Odd place to end a franchise. Really wish they'd bring the show back. Are you with me? That's funny. Yeah, I wish they would bring it back too. Critical Ramblings for $5. Hail DVD and Gary. I appreciate a shout out to the reviews on my channel. You guys are such an inspiration and provide much needed sanity. Thank you so much. Robert Meza for $10. If Biden wins, he takes the Senate as well. How do you see entertainment looking after that? A lot of how we must obey and follow the benevolent state. Dissent is evil and less Antifa and BLM? Well, Robert Meza, I think they'll lighten up on politics and they'll go towards the middle and they'll say, we're sorry. And we'll say, fuck no. But they will not be as critical of Biden as they were of Trump, obviously, and because they're biased assholes. Loquacious Primate for $5. Hey, Gary. Carrie from Unsafe Space asked me to get your attention. Apparently, she never heard from Lady Gravemaster. Can you ask her to reach out again? She's booked. She's booked. That's already been taken care of. Thank you, Loquacious Primate. Angry Mango for $5. A great big thanks to Gary Doomcock and all the wrenches in another outstanding show. You all have a good evening and a great tomorrow, and you as well. Now let's get to Friday Night Tights. This is from the Nooner from last week. Aussie Drop Bear for 20 Australian dollars. Hail, Gary. Have you seen that Bat in the Sun are making an Indiegogo Batman film? Dying is easy. They dropped a pic of the bat suit in their Facebook page and it looks fantastic. Puts big budget movies to shame. That's brilliant. They need to be very, very careful crowdfunding stuff like that. If it is a fan film, they need to be very, very careful. But that's awesome. That's brilliant. Now, I kind of have a George R.R. Martin approach to fan film stuff. I would say do something original on your own because it could actually get adapted. Like this can only get you sued, and you can't make any money off it, But I mean, if you're doing it out of love and passion, I mean, they need to thank God they got fans like you guys. They do. Aussie Drop Bear and the people making it, they absolutely do. They need to be nothing but grateful. My philosophy would be I would never sue anybody making a fan film out of one of my properties unless they were just egregiously making money off it. Gotham City Comics for $20. Hi, Gary. We teamed up with a few artist buddies and made a store exclusive cover. It's up for pre-order on our site. We appreciate the support. Thanks. I'll check it out, dude. Awesome. Hail Gotham City Comics. Love you guys. I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad you're breathing, selling books. TARDIS Victorious for $10. Already done 1 month ago. A federal judge terminated the Paramount decrease of 1949. Those decreases forced studios to divest their ownership of theaters. They are free to buy them now. Yeah, I heard something about that, and good. Good. They need to do that, and they won't. They fucking won't. Dan Vask for 20 rubles. It's extremely hard to work in an entertainment industry while not being woke. Most people who disagree with the agenda keep it to themselves. I can't blame them. It is a hell of a hard time. Yeah, but that doesn't sound fun. That doesn't sound fun. The John Beck for $2. Maybe we can make a channel called Nerdrotic Clips. It is in the works. It is in the works. I need to find out who can make clips for me. There has to be some parameters that, quite honestly, I know Lady Gravemaster has done some work on it and they're waiting for me. They're waiting for me to review it and I'll be able to do it next week. I have to get my Cal Exit and Picard videos out. Then I got a boys video to do after that, but the boys video can wait until I do my office work. What I do is you got to keep the algorithm happy, right? So I do a video and it buys me a couple days. That's why I don't put videos out every day because I'm just behind on shit. Believe me, when I get caught up, you're going to see more videos, more videos, and you're going to see it on a new channel. That's right. There will be a new channel. And it will be called, I can't say yet, but there is a third channel coming very, very soon. And it won't affect Nerdrotic. It won't affect Nerdrotic Live. It will be something fun. But my main focus will always be Nerdrotic. Nerdrotic Live is like easy. Quite frankly, it's easy. I just load the live stream and call it a day and do an occasional live stream over there. And the channel does really well. It does. It's amazing. You guys are great. And I looked into the analytics, what I could look at on Spotify and iTunes, and you guys are listening to the podcast. Holy shit. That's brilliant. My work, I've been doing that for 6 years and I haven't looked. I didn't know anybody was listening. I was just doing it. So thanks. Matt Guy for £5. My little bro, Mark, has the big C. Oh, no. Then C-19 hit and the NHS stopped half his treatments. Truly F 2020 in the air. Hope you're all saying safe guy. Matt Guy. Matt has been around here in this channel for ages. Years. One of my longest subs, viewers, prayers with you. It's your little bro too. Please keep me updated and email me. And if you don't hear from me in a couple days, like ping Mrs. Nerdrotic. I want to find out what's going on, Matt. So love you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Jaffo for $4.99. Damn, Eddie Van Halen died. That's a bummer. Hope he's running with the devil. He's jamming. He's jamming with Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and Jim Morrison and fucking David Bowie and Prince. That's a hell of a band down there. Keith Moon, John Entwistle, Neil Peart, Kurt Cobain, I guess. Yeah. So sad. Mark C for $10. Message retracted. Now, that must have been an accident because Mark C's super chats are usually like the most on point super chats. Not to disrespect anybody else's, but Mark C, man, thinks about what he says and he means it. And he doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. Elizabeth Barlow for $5. Calling people non-essential is going to harm when we will take years to recover. Oh, Elizabeth, you are so right. And thank God I did the super chat square up before I was finished with my Cal exit video because now I am print screening that. Scott Wiggins for $10. Love your work, Nerdrotic. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate you. Sir Pete, New York for $4.99. With Supergirl being canceled, do you think she'll still be used in future crossovers, or will Superman fill the void now? I think Superman will fill the void, but I think they said she would be in other stuff. I think they did say that. TJ Rowe, welcome to the Geloja level. Crazy Pineapple for $10. Salons seem essential for Nancy Pelosi, San Fran asshole, we'll just say, and the People's Republic of California can go to hell. Hail Gary and rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. Hail, sir. Swinging Cod for $5. I have lost 2 to 8 hours at a time due to countless alcohol blackouts before probably 100. The Navy teaches you how to take drinking to the next level. I'm sure. Yeah, it did. Yeah, my dad knew how to hold his liquor, but he was never an alcoholic. R.I.P. Gary's dad. Hail, Truth Magoo. Thank you, sir. Truthy Magoo. Adrian Barara for $2. Netflix just indicted by Texas. Yeah, that happened live on this live stream, by the way. Insane Hippie Insane for $5. Netflix just got indicted in Texas for the movie Cuties. Yes. Did you cover Netflix indictment? No, I did live on this show though. So one step too far for $2. Thank you. Elizabeth Barlow for $5. I will send you the story on the 2 other times my dad was bailed out by rock bands. My dad had a similar life to yours. It sounds like. Elizabeth, I need to read those emails. Sorry. So here's a bunch of super stickers that we got. Oh, no, it's not super stickers. These are just in a different font. I was confused. One step too far for $2. Eddie dying echoes Neil Peart's death in January. It does. It does. A Fat Gandalf for $4.99. Thank God that Alex was a better drummer than Eddie. Yes. Yes. Alex was a good drummer, man. Hot for Teacher is, that's a good song, man. That is a good song. What is my favorite song by Van Halen? Hot for Teacher. Hot for Teacher. And and these are like the fun songs. I know they're not like they're like those aren't they're serious songs, but Ice Cream Man and Hot for Teacher happen to be my favorite Van Halen songs. I'm trying to think Running with the Devil's awesome too, but that's kind of basic. Cecil says $2. Thank you for your support, Cecil 2024. You got my vote, buddy. You got my vote. And all you had to do was give me $1 for it, and I bought your liquor. Eric K for $2. Best root beer floats in San Diego or at the San Diego Zoo. I disagree. The best root beer floats are at the drugstore in Julian, California, Eric K. There's a drugstore there that serves root beer floats and ice cream, and they are by far the best, and they have been the best since I was a kid. So that's 50 MF in years, bruh. Where's Julian, California? It's in the mountains, that way, in the Cleveland National Forest. So there's, it snows in San Diego every year. It does in the Cleveland National Forest. They get about 7,000 feet up there, and there's a little mountain town called Julian, and they filmed Phantasm there. Boy, G-Man for $5. Hollywood A-listers, A for activist. I completely agree, J-Man. I completely agree. Philip A. Demick for $5. I would pay good money for a movie called Hollywood Has Fallen. Yeah, I would too. I think that's probably what we're going to call tomorrow night's Friday Night Tights. Mark C for $5. Robert Meyer Burnett calls the influx of fake geeks the post-geek singularity and celebrates all newcomers. I call them a plague of locusts. Fucking Mark C is awesome. Quite honestly, here's how I see it, Mark C, because I don't entirely disagree with you. I'm a little more open to it, but I think you would agree with me, Mark C, that sometimes posers end up becoming hardcore geeks, and they come in and they take their lumps. Like, I look at it like punk rock. Every punk rocker, I can't say that. I can't say that. But some punk rockers start out as complete posers, but after they've been in the mosh pit a couple of times and they get their fucking face bloodied and they start listening to the right bands and they start smoking the right cigarettes and buying their drugs from the right guy, then they're punk rockers. Because I started out as a fucking poser. I had no idea what I was doing because I came from like, I was listening to punk rock. I mean, I loved metal. I loved new wave, but I also liked new romantic music like fucking Thompson Twins and shit. So I had like these bangs. No, and then after that, I went into ska. I went like hardcore into ska. So I was a ska boy. And then I had a mod period. This is all over the course of a year. I was like trying to work it out. So I went from new romantic to ska. I think I was in seventh grade. So you got to forgive me on this one. I was fucking 13. And then I went to mod, and then somebody played me. What opened my Subhumans. Somebody played me Subhumans, Cradle to the Grave. It's a 16-minute song, and it just blew my mind. I'm like, it's speaking to me. This is my voice. Somebody got into my head and figured out how I feel right now. Granted, I was on shitloads of drugs, and it's speaking to me. And I went down the punk rock rabbit hole. Now, I'd always liked the Ramones, and I knew who the Sex Pistols were and stuff, but I mean, punk rock. Like fucking punk rock, like Crass. Like Millions of Dead Cops or Millions of Dead Children, MDC. What else? GBH. Like fucking, And then I got into, I love Minor Threat and then later Fugazi. I love the Misfits. Love fucking Danzig. God damn, I love Danzig. And the Descendants. So I got into the skater punk scene, like pretty hardcore, like JFA, Jodie Foster's Army, stuff like that. But the thing was, like, once I started understanding, like, I liked all the music, but I gravitated towards bands like Subhumans were very political. And none of us liked skinheads. Like, none of us liked the fucking Nazi punks. Love Dead Kennedys, of course, too. Because, and there was, like, the skinheads back in the day. If you had the right color boots, certain amount of laces, you were all about stomping things. And I got stomped a lot. Fact of the matter is, I lost a lot more fights than I won. Like, I don't know how many fights I've been in. I've been in a lot of fights, but I lost the majority of them. I did. Started winning later when I got a little bigger. Because I was scrawny, and then I had a huge growth spurt in junior high. And I grew this tall, and then I never grew again, probably because I smoked cigarettes back then. But then I got thick. Because I had a brief period of being good, and I was really good at sports. So I played basketball, started on the basketball team, started on the baseball team, started on the football team. But I was just too much trouble eventually. Do you know what happened and why the change? F direction halfway through Swamp Thing production. Yeah. Lawrence Miller for $5. Swamp Things could have been so good, and it just wasn't. Ord's board. What's up, buddy? For $2. Sucks. Eddie is gone. Hail Eddie. Hail Gary. Yeah, it really did suck. The Last for $5. I'm just saying, when do the Pitchforks come out? I don't know, but there was a band called Pitchfork, a local San Diego band. Fucking love that band. Phoenix Tangent for $5. Nestle is changing the name to Eskimo Pie to Eddie's Pie because it deemed it offensive. Oh, fuck that. It's Eskimo Pie, goddammit. 5 pounds. C2 for 5 pounds. If the U.S. was a fascist state, every time a blue checkmark tweeted Orange Man bad, they would be found dead, face down in a ditch 24 hours later. Agreed. We don't want that. But you know what? Here's the deal. They're bringing it in. And the Orange Man won't bring it in, but his successor may. Because we have calls for one-party states now. We have calls for changing the police. Well, they're calling it defunding it now, but what that really means is changing it. And the one thing that came out of Watchmen that would have been interesting if they would actually followed through with it, but they were way too concerned with the racism and the intersectional feminism, was mass cops. Like, mass cops are bad. Now, the thing is, though, so many things happen with good intentions. The cops are now in danger. They're legitimate. There's hits being called out on cops. This isn't being reported anywhere right now. You're going to start seeing shit reported that's not reported now if Biden wins. And again, if Biden wins, fix this in. And then we have, I don't even want to say what that starts, but it will start it. I'm just thinking about living in the country right there. If this shit was happening when I was younger and I had no kids or wife, like, I'd be in for the fight to fight. And I am like freedom's worth fighting for. Liberty is worth fighting for. Liberty for all people. We want to strive for that. We don't want to leave people behind, but people get left behind. But we need to fucking figure out a way. We need to figure out a way where we give them hope. And I always say hope is not a strategy, but like, honestly, if you're in a situation where I was, where it's hopeless and dire and you don't see a fucking ray of light, and what usually helps in that case is something like a mentor, somebody who's been there, who could come back and say, you know what, there's a way out. But right now you're seeing Hollywood tear down the mentor. And I'm telling you, the mentor is one of the most important things in this society. And no, the mentor does not need to be male. It does not need to be male, but it can't exclusively be female. The male mentor is an extremely important thing to a community, to a family, to a city, to a state, to a country, and they're tearing that down. And part of my retirement plan was to be full-time recovery. Yeah, if I, and I don't know if this day is ever going to come, but the goal was to get enough money in the bank to where I'm comfortable, sell some comics at a shop quietly that doesn't need to make money as long as it doesn't lose it. And then most of my time would be dedicated to going to meetings, taking on sponsors, because I haven't taken on sponsors in years, and finishing out my life doing good work, doing what I can, because it's rewarding as hell. It's tough, but it's rewarding as hell. And I like going to meetings. I like going to NA meetings. It's great socialization. You meet like really fucking cool people. And honestly, in those doors, it's the most forgiving, coolest atmosphere you can possibly think of. It's people at their best. Fucking politics and all that shit's put aside. It's pretty cool. All right, we have Friday Night Tights. There was all kinds of fucking problems. Not all the super chats were showing up. I had no idea what was in or out. We had chat problems. We will hopefully not have those problems tomorrow. So here we go. Culture Casino. Thank you for the phallic unicorn for $1.49. Quick reminder. I'm really tight on time, but I will get to like at least 4 or 5 toxic mailbags and at least 1 letter. Okay. Nikki D for $5. Per Natalie Portman's interview with fatherly.com, the MCU will faithfully adapt that god-awful Mighty Thor storyline. Simp Odinson incoming. Yes, Nikki. Yes. Fat Steven Seagal is fat, so deal with it. You are just big boned. You are not fat. Shout out to McKinney 90 and glutton-filled cake is sure thing. I'm just trying to like understand what that I don't know what that is, but Friday Night Tights. Hell yeah. Fat Steven Seagal. I love you, man. You're fucking awesome. Culture Casino for $2. Happy Friday Night Tights, everyone. Hail to all. Hail to you, sir. Phoenix Tanger for $5. Following up on the Nooner, I checked the Comcast financials that Comcast has 30 million subs. Those 10 million Peacock subs are Comcast subs in my mind. Yeah, they probably, I would say at least half of them are probably some part of some deal. Yeah. No, these sub numbers we're hearing are bullshit. Due to its sheer popularity, will the MCU's success be largely unaffected by Hollywood's bleak forecast? What about Star Wars and the DCEU? Everything is going to be affected, Nikki D, for $5 because theaters are affected. It won't be the MCU's fault. As much as we're speculating about the MCU, and I'm not trademarking it. People can use it as much as they want, but yes, that baby's mine. Right now it's not the MCU's fault, but they're going diversity pretty hard and it would have fallen anyway. So remember when Disney was doing great in the 90s and all those animated movies that I missed? Like I saw fucking one of them, Aladdin, but all you guys loved them and that's great. And then they started fading and then their sequels started going to video and shit. That's kind of what's happening to the MCU. It's direct to video will be streaming and you're going to see it get cheaper. I mean, look at the action figures. The action figures look good at first. Now they look like shit because what they want to do is maximize profits and they know a lot of people will just buy shit. They don't understand action figure collectors though. They never have. You'd think they would. but action figure collectors care about detail. I got to say this, as a lifelong Marvel fan, I'm over it. I'm completely over it. And that happens. That happens. What I do is I get over something and I shift to something else. But like, I'll always read old comics. Always, 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 always. I've never gotten over old comic books. Like, I'll read my old Spider-Man, but new stuff I'm over. I will never get over Lord of the Rings. It's been decades and I'm not over it. Doctor Who, not over. I'm over the new stuff forever. But the classic Who is just gorgeous. And as a matter of fact, I've been really liking, I've been appreciating Matt Smith. I like Matt Smith. And yeah, so there's certain, but I shift around. My focus shifts around. Nikki D, thank you for the $5 super chat. Crazy Cat Guy, thank you for the $1.49 ice cream. Phoenix Tangent for $5. The most interesting item in Comcast financials is that it has invested $2.6 billion for Universal Park in Beijing. Comcast bent the knee to China, those motherfuckers. Well, we don't know if that'll happen yet. Now, do we? Because if we don't open up shit and get back to work and get this economy going, I've talked to you about what happens after that. German comedian Herbert Feuerstein, who sadly passed away this week, had the right quote. The handicapped also have the right to be made fun of. I agree. Being made fun of is a right that we all, he continues. Durkown for £10 for 202. Everyone has a basic human right. Making fun of all disabled and overweight people, gays, nerds, humans, or women, races, everyone means respect them all alike as human beings, not exclude them. No. Part of being made fun of is normalization. And once a straight guy can make fun of a transgender person in front of him and they can just laugh, the transgender person can just laugh because it's really up to the transgender people. By the way, if you get easily offended, it means you're not secure in your decision. It doesn't mean we are. Now, is there a certain amount of hate and phobia from some people? Yes, of course it exists. It exists. Nobody, you're never going to have everyone like you, and you do not deserve acceptance. Nobody has that right. By the way, you don't need it from other people. Acceptance from other people is not something you require to survive. You need food, you need water, you need shelter. They need to treat you with respect. But honestly, that's it. They need to not assault you. They need to not impede on your life. But you're actually trying to stop people from saying things. You can't do that. If you do, you will never get the normalcy you want. You got to learn. You got to toughen up. You got to have thick skin. And you got to be able to take a joke. That's all. And again, not everybody is going to accept you. That's it. And it doesn't make you less of a human. That's your decision. That's my decision. There's people every day calling me this or that or white cis male. Doesn't mean a thing to me. Doesn't mean a thing. Might have back in my drug days, and I wasn't feeling too great about myself. Not that I think I'm the greatest thing ever, but I'm confident. Spent years getting there. Bama grad for $12. Hail all. Gary, here is a donation towards the Lady Nerdrotic Taco Fund. Hope she and you, both of your sons are doing well. Keep fighting the good fight, the fight worth fighting. Never lose a feather. Never lose a feather, Bama grad. And congratulations on being the only graduate from Bama. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, man. The Last King of Scotland for $5. Gary, Will you have Dave Cullen on the Exozone to talk about the beer bug and his thoughts on Agenda 21 and the 2030 Project Hail? I would have him on Friday Night Tights talking about that, or the Exozone. I have reached out to Dave. I'll reach out again. He probably got back to me and I didn't see it. I got to check with Lady Gravemaster. Terminus Est for $2. Anybody's seen Raised by Wolves? Your thoughts? I haven't seen it. Durkown for £2. I'll ask the panel tomorrow, buddy. Durkown for £10. Right after Stormfront was shown as an ist, I knew it wasn't random that she was also the only one to speak up against the girl power crap. So the common sense voice stand-in is an actual Nazi. Subtitle. Yep. It was all a charade. Scottish Nerd for £10. Hail G-Man. Frackers at the Beeb have done it again. Woking Discworld with bad casting. Charles Dance is the Apex patrician. Mother fracking, frackwit factards. More of our escapisms destroyed. Raging. Yeah, it's got everybody pissed off. Scottish Nerd. Sci-fi is garbage. Christopher Gorey for $9.99. Gary, even though you haven't read any of my super chats in literally weeks, we're still rooting for you guys to make it down here to the Lone Star State. Christopher, a.k.a. the Good Reverend, I read your super chat every week. Now, it might be in a square up, but I read it. Yeah. I mean, we try. We definitely try. But we have a huge panel and like we have I've had time limits. Usually I go for 6 hours and we can do that again soon, but certain things need to happen first. Otherwise I'm on a very strict schedule. Cause right now, honestly, it's a little crazy. Not the YouTubing part. That's easy. YouTube's easy. I'm moving right now. It's crazy. Butter Biscuit, 92 for $5. Hail to all. Love this show. Love to all here in the panel each week. And much love to you, Gary, keeping it real all the time. That's all I can do, man. I'm putting on no axe for anybody. Brown Gaijin for $2. LD, good to see you here. Literature Devil, by the way. Looking forward to Dr. A. Hell yeah. Brett Carlton for $10. My wife is a Disneyland hotel employee. Layoffs start first, November 1st. Everyone in California, go to change.org and the petition removing Mao Newsom and call your local officials. This bullshit must end. We need our lives back. Yeah, my next video discussing him. Culture Casino for $2. I support quarter representation. Do you? Yes, I do. No quarter for not supporting quarter representation. Big Worm for $5. Holy shitballs. The intro with Robot. I'm dying. This is classic. I can't believe it. So good. Fucking Perry Chan. Scary Chan is the best. Sporking News Podcast. What's up, Scott? $5. Gary, tell me what I want to hear. Where's the book? You know the one I am talking about. I need my book fix. Oh yeah, great panel and stuff. Free Jeremy. Benjamin Flensborg for 20 Danish krona. Hi guys, Az is still fighting smoking voice. He is, but he's going to sound great and purdy this week. John F. Trent, by the way. John F. Trent tonight. Bounding into comics. My boy, John. Anyone else notice the subtle punch at a Yahtzee scene? Problem being for £2. Yes. Subtle? I don't know. Cat Guy, thank you for the $5 and the super sticker. Chicago Box for $4.99. Hail Friday Night. Tights got Big Trouble in Little China Blu-ray as 40th birthday gift box or gift. Yes, one of my all-time favorites. Example of what we've lost in film. Creative free thinking. Oh, fuck yeah. I got my Jack Burton action figure. Hang on. Can you see him? Right there. TX Patriot, thanks for the $5 to all the Midnight Riders. Love that fucking song. Eric K for $10. Michael Vick did not go to jail for killing and torturing dogs and emptying out animal shelters so his dogs could tear them apart. He went to jail for hiding the money. But he still went to jail for the dog stuff. I mean, are you like, Eric, you're getting a little autistic there, buddy. He still went to jail because of the dog stuff. What they technically got him on doesn't matter. It was because of the dog stuff. Love you, Eric. Modalicious for $2. Rianne Johnson is worse than Michael Vick. Michael Vick was remorseful. Michael Vick was remorseful, and that is an important thing. If people are genuinely remorseful, we need to forgive them. Eric K and Mark C. Same person, man. Same person. I fucking love nerds. Gerard Garvin for $5. Sam Hyde said, paraphrasing a bit, the worst thing that can happen to a creative person is being surrounded by people who don't criticize your work. Yep. Oh, yeah. And then, like, Gerard also not being critical of your own. My God, be critical. Like, I don't make anything and go, ha ha, fucking, that's it. I just made the stairway to heaven of YouTube videos. It is perfection. And if nobody likes it, well, they're just fucking stupid. No. I make a video. I do the best I can. I tweak out on them. Believe me, I fucking tweak out on them like a tweaker, like a straight up meth head from fucking in the Imperial Valley. I tweak on those things. And then I release it and go, I feel okay about it. We'll see. And you decide. You decide. Ironcaster for $5. Sarah Silverman is a viral in a viral campaign is a red flag to anyone being asked to join one of these cringe videos for future reference. Yeah. You know what? Sarah Silverman and Mark Ruffalo will be in every one. John Doe. Baldur's Gate 3 is early access, buggy and balls, and full price. It's also really good. Please send help. I can't stop playing it. There you go. There you go. Gypsy Warrior for $1.99. Gary, thoughts on Alien and Predator in the MCU? The PG MCU? Alien and Predator versus Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, directed by Jon Favreau. Throw in what superhero? Black Panther would have been cool. Captain America. Captain America and Iron Man versus Alien and Predator without any identity politics. Take all my money. Like, I'll print more. Take all my money. Era 2014, if they made it in 2014. Fuck yeah. 2019, Iron Man and Captain America versus Alien and Predator is Sam Wilson and a young black girl taking on a female predator and a female alien that are just misunderstood because they were abused by their patriarchal predators and alien species. Jay-Z Denton for $5. Celebrations don't just have zero influence on our culture. They have anti-influence on our culture. Celebrities don't have zero influence on our culture. They have anti-influence on our culture. I do the opposite of whatever they suggest. I absolutely agree with you. Totally agree with you. Mark Ruffalo is worse than Michael Vick, says Modalicious for $2. Absolutely agree with you, Modalicious. Well said. Brett Carlton for $2. Ryan Long made a parody of naked video today. Watch. Ryan Long. Oh, Ryan Long. Okay, I'll watch it. Yes, I'll watch it. I like Ryan Long a lot. Lonnie Webb for $5. Gary, can you share my horror comic project like Vampirella in a Night Stalker episode? Destiny Mountain Demon on Indiegogo needing these kind of backers. Okay, so it's called all right, go back Destiny Mountain Demon on Indiegogo if you like today. Jennifer Grover for 15 Canadian pesos. Hi there. I really love your content. Hi. You're as smart as a whip and you express yourself well. Why, thank you. Hopefully you're talking about me. And if you're not, then what the hell? No, I'm just kidding. We have a lot of bright and beautiful people on our panel, so I can't assume. Who is that guy on the bottom left? Sorry, not meaning to be inappropriate, but he is hot. I was on the top left. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not hot anyway. That was probably Ryan. Soul for $2. Adam Carolla embarrassed Gavin on his podcast. Gavin Newsom or Gavin McGinnis? I like Gavin McGinnis. I do not like Gavin Newsom. John Krushk for $4.99. This broke our entertainment habit. It did, but then you took up a new habitualization, and hopefully it's Friday Night Tights. No good for 10 Canadian pesos. Hail Friday Night Tights. Indie Comic PSA here. The alternate crowd fund ends soon, and I'm sorry I missed that. Peter Sabetti's a great man, and please back everything alternative comics. Also, Doug T. Naples' Earthworm Jim 2 Indiegogo is rocking. His physical books and packing are super high quality. Anything else? I would say probably back Cyberfrog, Unfinished Tales and Warts and All, and everything else Ethan's got going on. Pandemic and the 50 books that Richard's working on, and Cecil Cash Grab, John Malin's book. Is Anna doing anything yet? She said she was doing something. Back Anna's book when it comes out. Ross Gecko for $5. Jeremy, really digging the political nature of your D-Day channel, but wish you'd live stream so we could dig deeper. Anything about Bob Iger in Q? Well, you'll have to ask him about that. But I can answer that. Yes. Bentley 20 for $5. San Diego is the last city in California that is bearable. There are a lot of retired military personnel and families in the area, my family included. Yep, San Diego and Imperial County should secede from California. And I'm not kidding. Problem being, for £2, no trailer, but here's a pic of people round at a table. Oh, sitting around at a table. That's what I was talking about. That was your preview of Doctor Who. Problem being, that was so exciting, but that's what Yaz does best. Zero Depressive for 25 Rons, Florida Man. Well, we have one on our stream every week. Sketchosaur Rex for $5. Check out the YouTuber Tardvark and his Florida Man Friday videos. I'll check it out. Florida Man Fridays videos. Awesome. Bill Asher for $2. Hey there, super sticker. Thank you very much. Drake is $6 for $5. No, Gavin Newsom has made some very powerful enemies in the state. His reelection is not a sure thing. If he even makes that far, hashtag me too, hashtag pedos. Yep. I don't know about that, but I know he's got Me Too allegations up the wazoo. Death Pale Rider for $5. I thought it was Firefly, and I thought they are so broke that they are now stealing old footage because they do own Fox now. They do. Susan Dolan for $5. Latest news is Ryan Reynolds is really in talks with Marvel cometh. Deadpool cometh. I hope so, but it'll be Disney Deadpool, which will be lame pool. Resborg for $5. Have you guys seen Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss? Both are shows we need for just the comedy alone. No, I haven't. I'll check it out. Pablo Papano for $5. Gavin Newsom is proof women shouldn't vote. So is Justin Trudeau. Francisco Sanchez Jr. I'm kidding, ladies. I'm kidding. For $5. That's a white man's luxury. Edgar talking to Butcher. The Boys Season 2, Episode 8. Oh, yeah, I watched it. Flashy Vic for £2. Odin waves like he is in a Brie Larson video. He does. He loves Brie Larson secretly. Man of War 665, Neighbor of the Beast for $10. It's dead, Jim. It is. Arsaka for $5. Nerdrotic, all the old school D&D fans have moved to other game systems because of the mismanagement of WOTs of Wizards of the Coast. So no one left to complain or defend. Gotcha. David Little for $4.99. God woke people corrupt, then create. I'm black and I don't care for woke content. It was mocked for having Lovecraft. I was mocked for hating Lovecraft Country. I want to enjoy things again. I do too, David. I do too. I'm sorry, David. And thank you for being here, and thank you for the super chat. Love you, man. For $1.99. Sorry for the air hating. Yeah, I caught it. Oh, you don't have to give a super chat, David. Oh, my bad. I can usually figure that stuff out. I'm sorry. Zach Richmond for $5. New York Comic Con has a couple hundred viewers. Y'all got 5,000. Keep it up. Yeah, I heard about that afterwards. I would have totally pointed that out. We will this week. Trust me. John Maxwell for $10. Here's something you guys can chat about. Tom Cruise is going in space next year to film a movie. No joke. Should Hollywood celebrities go into space to promote the space program? I would like some Hollywood celebrities to just go to space and never come back. John Crichton 2.0 for £2. You check out the new Terry Pratchett trailer. Watch. No. Jennifer Grover for 5 Canadian pesos. Hey dear, all the best to you. Why, thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. James BT for 2003 for $4. Cup of Joe. Thank you, James. Hail, James. Purple Brain for $5.49. I despise the wokeness that destroyed Star Wars, the next generation of Doctor Who. I like the boys. I don't get which agenda is being pushed by this show because I am not from the U.S. Intersectional feminism. That is international. Intersectional feminism is international. AOC is a politician over here. Do only alt-right Yahtzees disagree with the hardcore left? Seems like it. We are the what are the odds? Gibbs Rules 39. Southeastern Gaiju for $5. I know what you're trying to say, but no, of course not. A lot of people disagree with the hardcore far left, and they're the bigger danger right now than the alt-right Yahtzees. If alt-right Yahtzees were running around burning shit down, I'd fucking be against them too. And if they were allowed to do it, I'd be wondering why people weren't fucking stopping it. Calling it now. Witcher Season 2 is going to get woke. Brady Burleson, I think you're right. America's Finest for $2. Love your stuff. Suppression is real. Keep it going. It is real. And if the viewer loses confidence in YouTube, it's all fucking over. Like, those views have to count. Everything else to count. It does. That's why it's theirs. That's what this whole system's built on. Yes, I'm Donald Trump. $2. I admire your work for the fandom menace. President Trump, thank you. Yes, I'm Donald Trump, and the I's not capitalized. That convinces me that that's Donald Trump. I skipped Donald Trump super chat. Wow. I just big time the president. Holy fuck. I don't mean to do that. I really don't. I got to tell the guys, Donald Trump fucking left a super chat. What if it really was? It's such a trip. And he only gave me $2. I'm just kidding. 200 Watt Studio for $2. Shout out to Drunk Simp Pio. But it's Gina Carano, dude. Like, it's Gina Carano. Gina's fucking hot, dude. I don't care what anybody says. Connor Doherty for £2 for Ryan's forehead. It's called a 5-head, Connor. A 5-head. Like I can talk. Phantom Boomer for $5. Hail Jolly Rancher sour apple over the hill to Nate's butt farm. Oh, Phantom Boomer. You know where I am, don't you? So there is a place near where I live right now that I used to go to when I was a kid called Bates Nut Farm. It's called Bates Nut Farm, but everybody calls it Nate's Butt Farm. And you get really good treats there. There's like fucking there's peanut butter making machines and shit, and it's a farm that sells nuts. And it's great. And there's corn mazes and hay and fucking petting zoos and shit. And yeah, it's great. I love it. Black Tiger 001 for 10 Canadian pesos. The statue just made a ploy by The statue just may be a ploy by Tom Hanks. Statues takes dump on Greek mythology. Greece starts campaigning to protect them. Greece hires their new famous Greek Tom Hanks. Hanks on tour 4D chess. Hey, Tommy Lee apparently lived there too. That doesn't... I don't know what to believe, but then I hear Tommy Lee lives there. I'm like, what? Kilted Cajun for $5. Hurricane Delta coming through right now, but we're a little tougher here, Jeremy. Oh, that's not nice. ST Frito for $5. You see, Gavin is going to court on the 21st this month for his unconstitutional one-man rule. Case looking grim for him. Gavin Newsom? There's a bunch of shit he's doing that's unconstitutional. Bunch of shit. He just fucking signed something in the law that's something they've rejected. Like the state Senate rejected it, the federal government rejected it, and he just snuck it in at night. And employers of over 100 people here in California have to submit an Equal Pay Act every quarter. Like more fucking shit. He is going to destroy business in the state. He has been riding the wave of a good economy, and this fucking moron actually thinks it's because of him. J-Lo flicks for $5. Hollywood screams, help, help. We're burning. We're burning. The public responds, then cut down the torch, dumbass. J. Pat for 2 Canadian pesos. Demolition Man wasn't supposed to be a documentary. No, it wasn't. David Kenny for $5. China is out of control. They had 2 VTubers banned for 3 weeks because they showed analytics pointing out that Taiwan is its own country, which it is, in my opinion. Bell's Nickel for $20. The Phantom Menace needs to produce Audible books. They do. Author Stephen Walton has an audio book that Rob read. I have a chapter from Game of Thrones that I read. Would you guys like to hear it? It's available to my Patreon. I fucking the Patreon thing. Here's the deal with Patreon. I'm going to have to give up on Patreon. And I'm sorry. I was supposed to. So there's a bunch of stuff I have to do for the higher patrons because I got to give them guest spots on Friday Night Tights, which they're going to do. Lady Gravemaster needs to organize that, but really Gravemaster needs to get trained. And once she's trained up, she can organize that. So at the end of the show, we can get the patrons on. And then by the end of the year, I got to shut it down because I don't have time for it. All the move fucked everything up. It fucked everything up. So I don't have that extra time to make extra content, which sucks. So I'm going to have to keep everything at the memberships, I guess, which was relying on YouTube, but fucking Patreon's been pissing him off. One of the board members said all capitalists need to be shot. And that's kind of have a problem with that. So Carlos Batista for $5. How about having It's a Gundam? I would love to have It's a Gundam. I don't know if he knows who I am, though. He is a fucking great channel. I mean, like, I don't know about any, like, his content's so entertaining. I know nothing, zero about gaming on Twitch and thoughts and Ninja, but everything I know it's through It's a Gundam. Astronaut for $5. Welcome to North San Diego. I live here as well. Angelica Cinema in Carmel Mountain Ranch is open. Hope you enjoy your time here. I will. This is my homeland, my friend. I grew up here. First 32 years of my life were spent here. Raging Rhino for 2 Australian dollars. You guys are awesome. Thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. All Metal Mike for $10. Star Wars to me is like everything pizza. I like it generally, and I pick off the bits I don't like and try to keep enjoying the rest. It depends on what kind of everything pizza, because like on an everything pizza, is it with anchovies or without? Because like I wouldn't even touch a fucking pizza that fish touched. Fuck that. But if it's everything outside of fish, like I can tolerate mushrooms. I don't love them, but I can tolerate them. Everything else I like. Ryu Credo for $9.99. I moved comic book creator Stan Sakai of Usagi Yojimbo this week out of California. Super nice man, and his wife is very funny. Oh, he left California. He used to live near me. He used to live near me. He's out of here too. Pablo Papano for $5. Gary, better to fight it legally than surrender and complain on YouTube to each other. Yep. A Phantom Boomer for $2. I remember when Knots was free. Yeah. Pablo Papano for $5. They won't get censored to progress control culture. They won't get censored to progressives control culture. No, they won't. Mugsikins for 5 Canadian pesos. For all you fans of the 80s classic Monster Squad movie, they are coming out with a Wolfman's Got Nards documentary on October 26th, available on Amazon. That is cool as hell. And that's it.
Well,
and that's it. What the hell? Why do I keep hearing noise? It must be from one of the websites I have up for my video that you're looking at right now. Like, this is a preview. These are all the things I'm looking at. Okay. Oh, shit. Why did I just fucking fire up my Steam? All right. That's it. We done with Friday Night Tights. Next, Nerdrotic Nooner Shinra's demise for $5. I really hope season 3 isn't woke, but third season's the charm for SJW nags. For the boys. That's for the boys. Francisco Sanchez Jr. for $5. Gary, what did you think of the trailer for Invincible? I wonder how much will change from the Kirkman book. I didn't see it. I'll watch it. They're probably going to change a lot. Jury Nitpicker for $4.99. Communists are bigger threat than Yahtzees. I'm so sick and tired of the Yahtzee narratives. It's so boring and overkill. You are completely right. It's bullshit narrative. Hellrats 96 for $10. I agree. They need to define their powers, weakness better. Why did Pyro burn himself? Or Vomit Guy melt his own head? Doesn't make sense. It's not like the deep is going to drown. Good point. Best time is now for $4.99. Is Homelander like Darth Vader, i.e. bad beyond redemption, but his son will save his soul in the end? Bad beyond redemption. Stargate 404 for $2. Les Girls Get It Done. Cringe. I could see the Homelander like sacrificing himself at the very end. Nicholas Crozer for $5. I suggest the first season of The Boys to my parents after I watched it. When season 2 came out, I rescinded the suggestion ASAP. Good for you. JL1974 for 50 Norwegian krona. Have you watched, reviewed Raised by Wolves? I noticed Ridley Scott has been working on it, but I am kind of on the fence about it. Thanks. I've heard good and bad. Terminus Est for $5. I doubt Kripke is truly done with Stormfront. I'm sure next season we'll be addressing BLM, so I'm sure they'll be giving him an excuse to bring her back. Yep. Suffragim, not suffragette, suffragim, for $5. These talented people like Alan Moore are so creative because they are so trouble damaged. What do you think? Yes. Jury Nitpicker for $4.99. Not sure how I feel about Mando anymore. Every time I see his ship, all I see are Mickey Mouse ears. FML, I ruined it, even for myself. I do see the Mickey Mouse ears all the time. But I also see the duck bills and all the stormtroopers. Stargate 404 for $5. Question, if Starlight draws her on power, wouldn't fighting Stormfront boost her power in an insane degree? Lightning is literally electricity. Yes. Yes, Stargate 404. Absolutely. Lane Kramer for $5. Hey, Nerdrotic, do you think that maybe 10, 15 years ago they could have done a series of Riker and Troy on the Titan ship like the novels? Yes. Lane, it would have been good. 200 Watt Studio for $2. LOL. Pattinson's loose shirt collar, stolen clothes. He probably did steal the clothes, freak. American Knight Rider for $4.99. To clarify, I don't normally donate and ask for a shout out. LOL. It's been a long day, Jeremy. I'll shout you out. American Knight Rider anytime you want. Edward Maintenance for $2. Rewatch Greatest American Hero. I'm loving it. Hell yeah. Great show. Believe it or not. Jonathan Aldridge for £5. Gary, I'm not trying to stir up trouble, but I just think you need people to be treated equally under the law as a means to ensure equality. Yes. You need to treat people equally under the law. I agree with that. I absolutely, you're not stirring up trouble. But But if you're rich, you don't get treated equally. Believe me. I'm white, dude, and I didn't have no money, and I was thrown to the wolves when I got in trouble. There was nobody helping me. There was no privilege helping me. Obviously, I'm white. Duh shit. All right. That's that nooner. I thought I got out of Steam. And we will go to the other nooner. Smooth Jam California for £5. Why is everyone at Marvel so dead set on doing a Secret Wars movie? That storyline sucked, the 2015 one. Yes, it did. Honestly, one of the worst storylines ever. Yeah, and it fucking ended Marvel for £5. As unpopular opinion, but Endgame was not a great movie. In fact, I'd say it's the worst film in the MCU. Yes, I'm dead serious. I mean, like, Captain Marvel's worse than fucking Endgame, but I think the rest is arguable. So yes, Balls D McGee for $4.99. Waiting for the girls review. Yes, that's going to be a while. Larry for $1.99. Thumbs up, super sticker. Thank you. I mean, while like a week. I got to get Picard done first, and then the boys. Unless news pops up, that does delay things from time to time. The Cal exit thing delayed everything 3 days. Choplin 388. Copland. C.H. Copeland. C.H. Copeland for $4.99. Will we ever have a Mel Brooks style movie again, or something with the balls to stand up to woke in Hollywood? I really enjoy your content. Thank you, C.H. Copeland for $3.88. That would help take the piss out of everything. And if we did see that, it would be a sign of things turning around. But we were on our way to that. Then we took a step back, and now we have to go through all this shit again. Chris Latito, welcome to Jaloja. Welcome. I don't know for how long, though. K. John Boom for $5. Democrats made Amy Coney Barrett denounce white supremacy during the confirmation hearing. Fucking lucky, for real. Oh, did anybody ask the Democrats to denounce it, seeing that they were like the kings of it? Zatharis for £5. I want nudity on Lord of the Rings because I want Hollywood to fail in the most spectacular way. Lord of the Rings will survive anyway, unlike Trek or Star Wars. Am I wrong? Probably not. It would fucking enrage me, but honestly, you're making something about the Second Age, and if it doesn't connect to Peter Jackson's films, then what are you making? A prequel to the books? I think they want to remake Lord of the Rings. Chris Nimitz for 10 PLNs. Hi, Gary. I have no hope for Star Trek Discovery. Fack Kurtzman. Yes. Frack Kurtzman. Fuck Kurtzman. And it sucked. The Barrett BM for $4.99. Hail, Gary. Is Nerdrotic gear available for sale? Keep up the good work. Love your show. Yes. Contact Mrs. Nerdrotic on Instagram, and you can get a beanie or a hat. Vikings Wench for $3. How's it going, super sticker? It's going good. Eli McGinnis for $2.99. Thumbs up, super sticker. Hell yeah. And that's it. Got to get ready for Friday Night Tights. So real quick, as far as the toxic mailbag goes, Two Fisted Comics, Six Gun Gorilla sent me 2 books. And this is Brian Christou, and it looks fucking great. Look at that. Oh. Volume 1, Once Upon a Time in the West. And yeah, this is the shit. This is the shit. This looks really good. I'm excited about it. I'm going to read it. Thank you, Brian. He sent me a sticker, and this is Two Fisted Comics, okay? Then we also got the Clism book. I'm kicked out of 3 high schools, so it could be the Clism book, book the first Stitch Walker. Looks insane. Okay, and this is by, man, hang on. It's not you, dude. It's me. Art A.E. White. And this looks insane, too. Like, There's so much fucking talent out there that's not in the mainstream. That is brilliant. That's it. Unfortunately, I couldn't dig out any letters or anything else because I have to finish this California video I've been working on for 3 days. Maybe it'll be out before Friday Night Tights, but it'll probably be out Saturday. We got John F. Trent tonight. We're going to be talking about a lot of very interesting stuff. We have Az for the next 3 weeks because Odin is, I just remembered I got to take his, I got to put Tom's thing for Odin. So Odin is on Dad Watch. That's why he won't be with us. But Az will be with us for 3 weeks. Tom will be jumping in as well. I'll see you then. Enjoy.
Nerdrotic.com.